It is my pleasure right now to invite Billy Gamble from Toro to introduce our first speaker.
Craig Shoemaker has had a career in show business spanning over 4 decades as a stand-up comedian, actor, author, writer, and producer. He was named Comedian of the Year at the American Comedy Awards on ABC and garnered 2 Natas Emmy Awards. His 90-minute stand-up special, Datitude, aired primetime on Showtime Network and was on the front page of Netflix for several months. I'm going to have to check that out. Craig also founded Winning with Humor. Craig Shoemaker's Winning with Humor live events, one-on-one coaching and training system will help bridge the gaps in the boardroom, break room, and the living room. Science has proven that laughter is indeed the best medicine. Winning with Humor's proven methods will give you insights how to reboot and transform from the inside out. The mission of Laughter Heals Foundation, L.A.U.G.H.T.E.R, is to promote the awareness of the powerful healing properties of laughter for our physical, mental, spiritual well-being, and for the health of our relationships. So it's my pleasure to introduce Craig Shoemaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yes, I am all about laughter, and I'm looking around the room, and looks like you could use me today. I just finished doing a casino in Vegas. It was awesome. Do you know what they do in a casino to make you gamble longer, make you dizzy? They pump oxygen in the casino. Do you know this? It makes people nuts. They have all this oxygen. This one guy's going, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers. Buddy, you're in the elevator. That was my first joke, and we're going to move on from there. Okay, here we go. I know it's morning, and we're all uptight. I want you to, first of all, I'm going to talk about the healing powers of laughter and how I got there and what it does, and it's going to help you in your life. Write down for yourself something, level of stress from 1 to 10 right now, what you're feeling. And then put the number one stressor in your life. I want you to write that down, okay? Or think about it, okay? Because we're going to take that from 1 to 10. You might be a 10, a 9, an 8. We're going to take it all the way down today. By the end of today, you're going to be feeling much better. Because think about what laughter does. When you make people laugh, when you're having a laughing time, you're more magnetic, you're more energetic, you bring on people that might be in opposition to you. It's a great unifier, laughter. So now the first thing we're going to do also is we're going to start off by cleansing ourselves and get to what laughter can bring us. By the way, laughter oxygenates your body, healing endorphins are released when you laugh, stress is relieved, which is a huge cause of illness. So I read a book. Norman Cousins cured himself of a terminal disease just from laughter, which makes me a doctor. So open up and say, ha ha. So let's start with a breath. We're going to do a big breath through your nose. Everybody participate. As much as you participate, you're going to get something out of it. And maybe if you're here to sell people on something, which I know a lot of people out there, there's vendors, and I have all their pens. That's fantastic. I'm very happy about that. But I even have a floppy hat. If anything, I got a floppy hat of this. And I know. By the way, I can play any crowd. I'm from Philadelphia. Anybody here from Philly? It's the nastiest city you've ever been in. I just worked at it. I said, welcome to comedy, Mr. Craig Shoemaker. I was sitting there, yo, hey, who's this jackass? Hey, comedian, make me laugh. I said, listen, lady, you got to chill that out, okay? I said, it's a city of brotherly love. There's no love. There's no romance. Romance in Philadelphia is pretty much, relax, honey, there ain't no cars coming. I said to my friend Bobby, you ever take your woman to a chick flick? He goes, of course I have. Not all girls are into porno, though. That's a true story. But you're coming around now. It's all right. Here's how you're going to come around. You're going to do this yourself. Laughter is a voluntary thing. You can do it anytime you want. You don't have to have jokes, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. You don't have to have jokes. You can just volunteer to laugh. So first of all, let's take a big breath through your nose and let out a ha, cleansing ha. Now, ha is a very cleansing word. If you go to church, what do you say at church? Ha, hallelujah. There you go. It's about celebrating life, and laughter is a celebration of life. We can have fun with life and turn everything around. I'm going to tell you all about that today. It's how you can have any turnaround in your life. You already have a stress level that you wrote down. We're going to turn that around today. Here's how we're going to, here we go. Breathe through your nose and let out a ha, a good cleansing ha. We're going to sound like a chorus here. Here we go. Ready? Breathe through your nose and ha. Oh, that sucked. That was really bad. Yeah. Come on, let's go. This is for yourself. And feel your body relaxing. This is better than a cup of coffee, okay? You just breathe through your nose and let out a ha. And we're going to hear a bigger one this time. Use your lungs. Engage your lungs. That's what laughter does. Engages your lungs, your circulatory system. Your heart is pumping when you laugh. Think about how good you feel, and you change all your conditions. All the vibrations change once you start laughing. This is the way to warm it up. Here we go. Through your nose and let out a ha. Ready? Ha! Oh, that was much better. I feel like a choral director. Here we go. So now we're gonna let out a ha ha ha. Okay, you're gonna just ha ha ha. You fake it till you make it. Listen, your body does not know the difference if you're on a Stairmaster or on a hike. It's getting the benefits of laughter. That's what's happening to your body and your mind and your spirit. It's all engaged. Okay, here we go. Now you're going to let a ha and then let a ha, 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 ha. And just let it out. Here we go. Just let it out. Let it be your last breath is laughter. Here we go. Ready? Ha, 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 ha. Oh, you faded fast on that one. Come on now. Let it go. Listen, sense of humor is really great. That's right. By the way, I read all these books. What women are looking for in a man. What do you think they say? Sense of humor, which is a bunch of crap, actually. I've been doing comedy for years. Women aren't in the front row throwing panties at me. Tell another joke, comedy boy. But it's great to have a sense of humor. So let's engage that sense of humor right now just by laughing. Fake laugh. Fake it till you make it. Here we go. Ready? And through your nose. Ha! This is your warm-up. Next time, use your body. I want to see some bodies go like this, all right? I see some smiles. By the way, even a smile releases healing enzymes. In parts of Asia, when they're on a bicycle, they actually have chopsticks in their mouths so they form a smile, and it has healing enzymes are being released. This is all good for you. There's a lot of faces that don't care. Like, I don't want to be here right now, but it's okay. Here we go. Through your nose and let out a ha, ha, ha. Ready? Ha, 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 ha. That was better. I saw a bunch of smiles. What do you think comes back to you if you smile? A reflection comes back. A vibration comes back. Something that you would like to manifest is something good. You bring goodness to the world. You bring laughter to the world. It's so important that we do focus much more on laughter. And how about how divided we are in this country? I mean, we're just so divided because everybody's so angry. This is how you release your anger, okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. This time when we go ha, 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 I want you to say out loud what's bothering you, what makes you angry, what's an obstacle in your life. Just say it out loud, say it to yourself, and don't worry, everybody around you, laughter's contagious, they're all gonna laugh with you. And give a little body to it, you know? Here we go, ready? Out loud. Ha, 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 ha. They're staring at me. Not one person did it. What the hell's wrong with you people? You could say out loud what's bothering you. Maybe it's clients that bother you. You guys are in the service industry, right? I used to be a pool boy. It's amazing. I didn't even have a punchline, and I got the biggest laugh of the day. That's fantastic. So were you a pool person as well? I was a pool boy in Philadelphia when I was growing up to make money, and these old ladies would bother the hell out of me, all because they would give me $5 at the end of the year. But they'd always go, "Craig, the sun moved. Come move my umbrella. I have a condition." They all have a condition, don't they? I thought that would get a bigger laugh than it did, but that's okay. I thought you could relate to that because a lot of people are complainers in your business. Am I right about that? How do you deal with them? Tell them a joke. I want to tell you something I just observed recently. I was watching Hard Knocks. Anybody ever watch that show, Hard Knocks? There's Aaron Rodgers is being featured a lot this year. Now, the thing is about sports, if you want to win in sports, a lot of people think you need to be intense, right? You know, power through and all that kind of stuff. No, the best athletes are having the most fun. I don't know if you knew this in the Super Bowl years ago, Joe Montana became one of the best quarterbacks ever. It's because he had a good time. He was about to go on a game-winning drive. Well, that wasn't a game-winning. They didn't know that it would be. 80 yards they were away. They were losing the Super Bowl to the Bengals. He's with the 49ers. He looks in the huddle, and there's Harris Barton is about to vomit his tackle, his left tackle. And he's like, I'm going to loosen him up. And all he did was something simple. These are things I'm going to give you, these tools to just make people feel a little more at ease. And he goes, hey guys, he gets in the huddle, they're all ready for him to go, come on, we got to win, win, win. That's uptight, right? He just says, hey guys, turn around. John Candy's over there. Does anybody see him? And they all went, oh yeah, there he is. And they all loosened up and they went on one of the most historic drives in history. They won the Super Bowl because they had a good time. They loosened up. Look at the quarterbacks now, how funny they are. Peyton Manning's on television all the time. I'm jealous of his career. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. These are all funny people. They have a good time. That's the whole thing. I got to tell you a couple stories about this, personal stories. Everybody know the story of the Red Sox, how they were at a curse? Everybody know the curse of the Bambino? Or two people know about the curse of the, that's fantastic. But I just have a feeling you're just going, no, I'm not going to raise my hand right now. But if you don't know what it is, 86 years the Boston Red Sox had a curse. They called it the curse of the Bambino. They could not win the World Series. It was a historic thing. So they would lose to the Yankees all the time, and they were always blaming Bucky Dent and Bill Buckner. You know, that's how they talk, Bill Buckner. So they would get pissed off, and the whole thing is this. They would try to blame somebody. But listen, all teams have different owners, different players. They all change. The only thing that doesn't change is the energy. Energy is everything. Energy follows thought. If you have thoughts of fear, of worry, of doubt, then guess what's going to manifest? So they're Johnny Damon's my old friend. Everybody know who Johnny Damon is? Johnny Damon was the center fielder. And he's a really good friend of mine. He's actually a fan of my comedy, right? So he comes out to plays the Angels, and they swept the Angels. And my buddy from Brockton, Massachusetts goes, go get him, Johnny. Go get them Yankees. We hate them Yankees. But then what happens is the Yankees, they've lost to them so many times. What do you think's in their minds? What do you think's in the minds of all the fans? They go, oh, they're going to lose again. They're going to lose. You know, they're going to lose again, those bastards. That's what the feeling is. Imagine that feeling happens with you too. A vibration is happening that's going to stall things, okay? You're in fear things are not going to happen the way you want them to happen. So they're down, it's a best of 7 series, they're down 0-3 to the Yankees. My buddy calls me up from Brockton. He goes, Shoemaker, get your left and healing crap. Where's your boy Damon? He can't hit the broadside of a barn. So I called Johnny up, and I said, Johnny, listen, you guys are really uptight. You could see it on television. I said, he had my DVD, I had my brand new DVD. I said, play the DVD for the guys. So he played it for them in the locker room before Game 4, which they were about to be eliminated. Well, guess what? They came back. Nobody has ever come back from being down 0-3. Historical comeback. They won that game. They won the next game. In Game 7 in Yankee Stadium, Johnny had 7 RBI and a grand slam. And then they went and they swept the Cardinals. He calls my radio show the next day. They won the World Series, first time in 86 years. And I said, Johnny, what was the secret? He goes, there's a lot of great teams. We had the most fun. So if you have a team, you can make sure that your team has the most fun. The following year, you can look this up. I'm good friends with Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Lakers. And she's with Phil Jackson. That's her boyfriend. Everybody know who Phil Jackson is? Phil Jackson's one of the most winning coach in basketball history. And they called me, and they were actually in last place. They had just won the championship, but everybody knows Kobe and Shaq. They notoriously fought, and they had a really difficult time with each other. They just couldn't bond. What bonded them together is I said, listen, Phil, this is, I think, January 28th, 2003. You can look it up. They were in Sacramento. They had a night off. I said, I'm going to arrange for you to go to a comedy show. And Phil's very Zen-like, and he made sure that everybody on the team went, and Kobe and Shaq sat next to each other. And they laughed their asses off, because that's what laughter does. You get to the meaninglessness of life. So everything was meaningless. It's just having a great time. They beat Sacramento that night. They were in last place. They won 17 of the next 20, and they won the championship that year. And you can win every championship if you want. Everything is about laughter for me. It's really changed my life. I had a difficult beginning, and my dad left when I was born. Something I said, wah. My mom raised us. My mom played both roles. She'd come home from work. Wait till your father gets home. I'm here. Wash the dishes. Pull my finger. I grew up with all girls in the house, all females. My first shave was something called an L.A.U.G.H.T.E.R. And we had all the feminine products in this house. We had Tampax, Kotex, Maxi Pads, Mini Pads. Our house was extra absorbent. There was no humidity in a Shoemaker home. I spilled a glass of water, never the floor vapor. I used to find these products. I didn't know. I found tampons when I was a little kid. I thought they were sticks of dynamite. It looked like what the Coyote used on the Roadrunner. I used to light the string and try to blow up my sister's room. Fire in the hole. Damn it, another dud. Mommy's got to get new tampoons. My mom, every Halloween, she did not want a boy. She dressed me as a girl every Halloween. I was a hooker, a go-go girl, a cowgirl. I was the original trans. I was the trendsetter. All my friends are ghosts running house to house in sheets. I'm a geisha girl, got clogs, needles in my head. Hey guys, wait up. I wish I was making that up. One year I was not a girl though. My mom came home from work early. She has a new idea. She has a gallon of green food dye, dyes my entire body green head to toe so I could be the jolly green giant. And there's so much left over. My sister's the little green sprout. I had to do this at every door. Ho, ho, ho. And my sister would go, green giant. You wonder why I do comedy for a living. My mom turned me into a girl. I knew girls' sizes. I go to the clerks at the department store. I'm looking for a top for my mother. She's an 8 on the top and a 10 on the bottom. All the clerks go, oh, isn't he cute? No, this is child abuse. We had no scale in our house because women don't like scales. I didn't know what I weighed my whole childhood. I went out for wrestling. I said, what weight class? Petite 4. Trying to get down to a 2. And our bathroom, all these girly things, tweezers, cotton balls, eyelash curlers. You ladies use the eyelash curler? You do? I'm wondering why. Is that the appeal to men? What we're looking for, trust me, not even our top 500. Have you ever once seen a guy go, you see the lashes on that one? Oh my God, so incredibly curly. Just imagine them things rubbing up against your... Oh, there you go. Yeah, right there. There's a sweet spot. There is nothing like a butterfly kiss down there with a curly lash. Don't even bring the flat lashes in my house. So I had a difficult time growing up, right? But I did a turnaround. That's what I'm going to teach you today, a turnaround. You can turn anything around with laughter. All depends on your perspective. Sports was really big to me, but I wanted a dad really bad. I wanted a dad. More than that, I wanted a husband for my mother. So I used to write letters. I used to look at baseball cards. I didn't care what they hit. I looked for one thing, marital status. So I found this player. He played for the Phillies. I said, Mom, look at this, Tim McCarver. He's a catcher, and I'm a pitcher. He could adopt me, and he could teach me how to pitch, and he could marry you. She goes, he doesn't want me. I said, yes, he does. And I wrote him a letter. Dear Tim McCarver, you should marry my mother. Here's her picture in her belly dancing outfit. That's a whole other story. So he never wrote me back. But things take time, folks. I got to know his broadcast partner, Joe Buck. And Joe Buck, you know, again, I know him from comedy. That's how I know him. And next time I saw Joe Buck, he hands me a ball signed by Tim McCarver, and it says, Dear son, time to grow up. Love, Dad, a.k.a. Tim McCarver. There's another guy I used to write to. There was a show back then. I love this show. My mom, we used to watch together. It's called Hollywood Squares. There's a center square named Paul Lynde. He was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. I wrote him letters to fix him up with my mother because I read an article that he was single. Now, I was a kid. I didn't know why he was single. I thought he was happy. Hello. One time on Hollywood Squares said, Paul, how many balls in a billiard table? I don't know how many guys are playing. I couldn't figure that one out back then. But here, and laughter has always been important, and I have to turn things around. I had to turn things around when I was a kid. At a difficult time, we used to move a lot. I thought the word evict meant move. I thought they were the same word. We had no money, and I remember distinctly the first day that all turned around for me with laughter. And I'm encouraging you to just keep going. Just keep trying to find more laughter in your life. But there's other ways to do it, too. You don't have to be the funny one. You could just say what your favorite sitcom is. You can say what your favorite movie is. Raise your hand if you have a favorite comedy movie. Go ahead. Raise your hand. Somebody raise your hand. Favorite comedy movie. Right here. What's your favorite comedy movie? Uncle Buck. Hilarious, right? You have a favorite scene in there? The pancakes. See, just him saying that, I see smiles. Yeah, I remember that scene. Just the recollection of something funny makes you feel better. And the energy follows thought. You have new thoughts. Everything goes away. All those bad clients, all those people you can't sell, all those people that are annoying, whatever, it all goes away just in that moment. John Candy again, right? Planes, Trains, Automobiles for me. That was one of my I love that. There's a scene where he goes, those aren't pillows. Hilarious. And see, I just brought that up and a few people smiled about it. Who else has a funny movie that they like or a funny scene from it? Yes. Animal House. Oh, yeah. Mind if I dance with your dates? What's your favorite scene in there? They stole the car and smashed up the car. So you're smiling, thinking about it. It's your recollection. Anybody else? Anybody else have one? Yes. Blazing Saddles. Oh, that's a classic. My mom didn't like the fart scene. She thought that was horrible, but it was very prudy. What was your favorite scene in Blazing Saddles? The fart scene, of course. There you go. By the way, during the pandemic, they had this is how we reacted so stupidly around the country. They had partitions when I did comedy between the seats. It's an airborne virus. Try farting. See if they smell it over there. Anyway, anybody else? Anybody else? A funny movie? Yeah. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. My kids watch that. Only a flesh wound. My kids watch that. They start off with the coconuts. You know, the coconuts and with the horse. See, these are memories that we all come. I see people smiling, and that's what this is about. You try to find more smiles and more happiness in your life. So if you're talking to somebody, talking to a client or a friend or a relationship, whatever it is, bring up a funny movie you saw, a funny sitcom. Anybody have a funny sitcom that they grew up watching? Oh, what'd you all watch? Nobody watched a sitcom growing up? What's that? Seinfeld, yes, of course. I was actually up to play Kramer. I went in to play Kramer. I was one of the runners. I was a runner-up to I was a runner-up to Uncle Joey on Full House. I'm always a runner-up, and here I am in front of people that are just staring at me. This is fantastic. Yeah, but so here's what I talk about today is laughter. There's an acronym I came up with. It's L is for love. You list what you love. A is for acceptance. You list what you can accept in life. And we'll go through these. U is for uniqueness. What makes you unique? Everybody has something that makes you, everybody is unique. So you come up with things that make you unique. G is for gratitude. What are you without gratitude? If you don't have gratitude for things, you're entitled. We have too much of entitlement going on in our society right now. Okay. T is for truth. Tell the truth. It truly sets you free. E is for ego. You analyze what's your ego, what's going on with your ego. It prevents everything because you're trying to look good. That's what does prevent people from happiness because we're all trying to look good. We're trying to please somebody else. And R is for reset, reboot, rejoice, which we really had to do during the pandemic. We had to do a lot of resetting. I got shut down. A lot of people got shut down. These companies have to have new slogans like Capital One, what's left in your wallet? American Express, don't leave home at all. Anyway, so L is for love. I love certain things in my life. Number one is my children. I love my children. And just talking about my children creates another vibration. If I talk about one time we went whitewater rafting, actually 2 different times with the 2 sets of children. I have 2 sets of children. I'm married, divorced. Yes, I'm divorced, and today's presentation is a benefit, and all proceeds go to my ex-wife. I married a hippie. Well, she's not a real hippie. She shaves the pits. That's a deal breaker right there. She actually says to me, do you know it's spiritual to fart? Oh, really? Well, you married the Dalai Lama. We did a home birth, a home water birth, an old pool that I blew up in the living room. She wanted me there, the share and the beauty. Ladies, your version of beauty is not ours. I'm not thinking beauty. I look down and see, whoa, put him back in. He's got to bake a little while longer. My wife's a good-looking woman. She gave birth to a salamander. He's bald with a point on his head. People go, oh, he looks like you. Where? Where do you see me? He looks older than I did. That's Benjamin Button she squeezed out of there. So I love my children. I love to, because I didn't have a dad, especially I didn't have a dad. I was a delinquent growing up from not having a dad. 13, I got arrested. I'll never forget the cop says to me, how would you like to end up like one of these guys on a poster? I'm going, at least he's wanted. Don't go, oh, you think I'd do this if I was normal? You're paying for my issues. I still have abandonment issues from my dad. I can't take it when a waiter leaves my table. I'm going, where are you going? I'm getting your food, sir. Oh, sure you are. He's not coming back. They're all the same. We went whitewater rafting, and it was one of these beautiful moments in my life where they had fear, these children had fear, especially my younger ones. There's 2 sets of children, 2 different times, same thing happened. And whitewater rafting has everything. It's got beauty, it's got nature, it's got a hang, it's got funny. We went and splashed other people with the oars. And the biggest thing that happened for me is watching my children get over their fears. My daughter's going, oh, I'm not doing it. And then she heard a rumor, there's a thing called splat rock. And she goes, I don't want to go near splat rock. Because that's what you do, you splat on this rock. I'd say 1 rapid in, she was laughing and she was in the front of that raft, and I was so proud to be her dad. And she's up there like a rodeo clown. She's just riding those rapids. She goes, bring on splat rock. And I just loved that. And we laughed all day long. It was such a beautiful day. And just to be talking about it, again, it changes the vibration. Anybody have something that they love? Just tell me something you love. You truly love something, and tell me why. It's okay. The thing is, we've been so programmed in our world when we're growing up to not volunteer, to not participate, to not get in the game. That's what we're taught. So the whole deal, what I teach is, we are born in love, light, and levity. We're born like that. We're born in laughter. And what happens is they start to get us in line. I have a book called Get Out of Line and Into Alignment. Get into alignment with your true self. Your true self is light. It's love. It's levity. It's not studying and making sure you do everything right and you get a grade and you're complying with everybody's wishes and you're doing things, you get in line, you get rewarded for it. Do you get a reward for that, really? Do you get a reward of happiness and joy and peace and fulfillment and purpose? Which one do you get? Do you get the one that you're trying to do it for parents, you're trying to do it for teachers, you're trying to do it for the government, you're trying to do this, get in line for other people and follow? Which one do you feel happier with? You feel happier following your own alignment, which is joy. And I see a lot of people in this room. I take in energies. There's a lot of people in here that are they're tight and they're going, what am I doing here? What's he talking about? I'm not getting this. It's from not being free. So this acronym is a way to be free. It's a way to really enjoy your life. It's really to express that light, that love, that levity that we all possess. You were born with it, but you were taught not to. We were taught, don't raise your hand, don't participate. You look like an idiot. My first time I ever got laughs was in 4th grade. And this was a moment that changed my life. I told a story. We're in a new neighborhood. We're always moving. My mom didn't have any money. We're always moving. And we moved into this kind of wealthy area. She wanted us to be in a nice environment. We went from the city of Philadelphia out to the suburbs. And I was in class one day, and people were shaming me all the time. They caught me like I had no pants. I was sewing my own pants in the bathroom, and a rich kid saw me. I was filled with shame when I was a kid. Not having money, not having a dad. Everybody had a dad. I didn't have a dad. And this one day, for some reason, I spoke up. And I shared a story it was actually a story about my mom beating me. And I watched people going, at first they were shocked because you don't talk about things. We're not supposed to talk about certain things, right? Families say, don't talk, don't share. That's what we're taught, keep secrets. Well, you're only as sick as your secrets. It causes sickness and toxicity in us. You know how healthy you can be if you have more laughter in your life? It leads to health. One of the reasons I have Laughter Heals, I formed Laughter Heals. One of my best friends, Michael Goldberg, he's a comedy guy. We bonded through comedy all the time. He wrote Cool Runnings, Little Giants. We had so much fun watching Eagles games together. As a matter of fact, this is a true story. All these people would come up to me. First, it started in Michigan. These people came up after the show and they said, we want to thank you. I said, oh, thank you. I thought it was a normal thank you for the show. They said, no, really. We were told we couldn't have a child. We came to your show. I do this character, the Love Master. Yeah, baby. Anyway, so this character, the Love Master, apparently this guy went home and he did the Love Master. And they were trying to have a child. They were told they couldn't have a child. Well, they conceived a child that night. So go to my show. It's a fertility clinic. Anyway. So then other people came up to me and they said, yeah, we laughed after your show, and then we conceived. One sent me a photo of a child conceived in the parking lot of the Brea Improv. They couldn't even wait to get home. So we were shooting the movie, The Love Master. Actually, Michael Goldberg was the director. And we're about to watch the Eagles game, actually. We're in a condo, And his wife says, I'm ovulating. And I said, listen, this works. A lot of people told me this works. Go do the Love Master, I'll go get sandwiches. And I came back with the sandwiches. He was already finished. And baby Kayla was born 9 months later. But a year and a half after that, he got brain cancer. They said, you have 3 months to live. And that was my ha-ha moment in my life. I said, this is not just about me, not making people laugh. It's not just about that. This is about, does laughter really heal? Is it the best medicine? They say it's the best medicine. Why are we not using that as a pharmacy? Why are we so addicted to drugs? Big pharma, they're in charge of the narrative now. They pound it into you. Oh, here's your answer. It's a temporary fix. Laughter is a pharmacy you can access anytime you want. You can do it right now. You can access that and feel your body, how you have a shift. So I started Laughter Heals, and I started these guided lavitations, which we'll do a little more of those later. Goldberg showed up for every one of them. He showed up for every one of these. They gave him 3 months to live. He lived 15 years past that prognosis. 15 years because he had reason to live and he had purpose to live is more laughter and more joy. That's what I encourage you to have. Put that at the top. Not what your to-do list is. Put to-do is I'm going to find more laughs today. I'm going to find out from another friend, what's your favorite sitcom? What's your favorite movie? And they'll describe that and you'll have fun together. Or whatever it is. He showed up for every bit of it. He would come to comedy clubs. He came to so many of my shows, I had a restraining order. He volunteered himself. I'm going to get better so his daughter, who was a year and a half old at the time, could watch him. He could watch her grow. And he did. And he passed away finally. I visited him on his deathbed. He was in a coma. And I was like, I didn't know what else to do because we had a little gang of about 5 people, kept him going, always laughing. One time at Philadelphia, he was at a game. We're all at this game having a good time. He stands up and he's having a seizure. And this guy in back of him goes, down in front, asshole. And we're going, he has cancer. And he's like, I don't give a shit. He's in my way. Only Philadelphia. But instead of getting mad at the guy, we laughed because that is Philadelphia. So Golds, he's in a coma. I said, you don't even know I'm here at Gold. And we filmed this for a movie, a documentary. I said, do you know if I'm here? I said, how can I make him laugh? I leaned into him. I said, do you want me to give you a handy? He came out of a coma and he goes, I made him laugh about his last days on earth. And his daughter spoke at that funeral. We didn't have a funeral, we had a funeral. And we made fun of him. We roasted him. We had such a great time. We kept thinking he's going to make another appearance. And his daughter got up there, it wasn't a dry eye in the place, and she said, thank you all for showing me who my father really was. She only knew him as a sick guy. That's what laughter did. It changes all of your conditions. So list what you love. List the things you love. List what you can't accept. Now here's the thing with sitcoms, if you might not understand this. All great sitcoms have love at the base. I grew up watching Mary Tyler Moore. Now Mary Tyler Moore was always going at it with Lou Grant. There was a conflict. That's what comedy is, by the way. It's conflict. There's some sort of conflict. What you don't accept is conflict. I have a hard time accepting people talking loud in movie theaters. I have a hard time accepting stupid rules like the airline, like the seat back. They want it up for safety precautions. There's a big difference between this and this inch and a half right here. Oh, I'm living on the edge right now. I'm an astronaut. I'm a man of danger. Well, here she comes, safe and secure. Put your tray table up. If you ever met anybody in your life, you go, what happened to you? I forgot to put my tray table up. I'm gonna have a consequence of an eye patch. I have a hard time accepting rules. Even during the pandemic, the masking, I got, people, the hypocrites going, put a mask on, but they have the nose sticking out as they're commanding you to put a mask on, you get the nose. Buddy, what's that? That's like putting a condom on your testicles. What happened to people? Driving alone with a mask? There's geniuses right there, like the COVID's coming through the moonroof. But I had a hard time accepting the whole pandemic. Didn't we all have a hard time accepting the pandemic and the rules are ever changing? But we didn't go for laughter. They cut out the comedy. They kept fast food and strip clubs open, but no comedy. That's the thing, is we need to put this at the top of the list, not at the bottom of the list. Laughter is something that is just so, it's not acknowledged, and people push it away, and they don't understand we should be encouraging, not canceling comedians over saying the wrong things and the whole identity thing. And by the way, I identify as 32 years old. And if you don't like that, you're an ageist. That joke worked last night. It's on you. I have a hard time accepting a lot of things, and that's where true comedy, write down what you can't accept, things you can't accept, okay? I have a hard time accepting aging. I don't like aging. I pulled a hamstring playing charades. And I'm trying to get in shapes because I have young kids, and I don't want people to say, is that your granddaughter? I went for my first run in years. About 2 blocks in, someone pulls their car over and yells out, "Are you okay?" I got in. I have a hard time with aging because I'm very immature. I can't stand. I used to love when I was a kid. They had your cereal, right? They always had a prize. Remember the prize? Why don't they have? I want something in my Metamucil. Hey, look, a stapler. I have a hard time accepting I have to eat. I'm not supposed to eat sugar anymore. I love sugar. Remember sugar when we were growing up? I love Pixie Sticks. Oh, diabetes in a straw, that was good for you. Then you came up with a Magnum stick. We ate wax candy. We ate wax lips, didn't we? I had the lips on. I think I'll eat them. It's wax. I'm shitting candles for 3 weeks. I put a wick in the toilet. I got a shrine. Having services in my bathroom. I invented scented candles. Just happened to choose the wrong set, or I wouldn't be in front of 100 cadavers staring at me here. Yeah, I made fun of you. That's right. Make fun of ourselves. Isn't it great? It's one of the steps I talk about is humility, but the sugar, by the way, how about some of the other candies? Remember the candy on the calculator paper? Remember they had calculator paper and they would like melt the candy. I was like spot welded. I was like, you know, trying to, thanks for the fiber for an 8-year-old. Just put it in a box. Who comes up with these weird ideas? How drunk must have been the guy that came up with a Pez dispenser? Imagine her sitting around a corporate table at a candy company. Any new ideas today? Hey, here's my idea. Look, you got a big plastic head. He's got like a thyroid problem. No arms, no legs, just a spine. Now follow me. You pull his fat head back. A brick pops out of his throat. Not a real brick, a sugar brick. And to put more candy in, you shove it up his ass. It'll sell. We'll call it Pez. I gotta take a Pez. People aren't laughing. I get it. You're afraid to laugh because you don't know. You go, oh, are they laughing around me? Oh, I'm a little uncomfortable now. He said a bad word. Oh, we're so conditioned. This is about reconditioning yourself. Recondition yourself. Reprogram the programming that's there. It's there. I see it in a lot of people. I see it a lot. I see it all over. If you go to a comedy club, then you know, oh, I'm supposed to be laughing. But here, you're not supposed to be laughing. Yes, you are. Supposed to be having a good time. Have a good time with your peers, your friends, your colleagues. Have a good time with it. Bring some laughter to them. I'll give you some tools that you can use in conversation. So A is lack of acceptance. U is uniqueness. How are you unique? What makes you unique? I have one client, she's a twin. Any twins here? Any twins? Not one twin. I have a feeling there's tons of you, but you're not going to help me out here. Twin is you're a father of twins. Yeah, see how you smile when you said that? Nobody else did, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. No, you're a father of twins. It's so unique. There's not anybody else a father or mother of twins. Well, there's twins galore over here. Apparently, that's a mark we're going to hit there. You have boys, girls. What do you have? Yeah. I'm looking at you. Do I have a lazy eye? I'm looking right now. I'm just kidding. You're young, aren't you? What year are you born? 80. Oh, you look good. But so you have twins? But what are they? A boy and a girl, okay. So it's a unique thing, isn't it? Because how many other people do you find like that? So actually she does jokes about it, this person who I work with, and she says, you know this about twins, that they can feel each other. They can feel each other's, feelings and emotions and things like that. And she said one time she was in church and apparently her sister, the twin sister, was having sex. So she called her up, she goes, would you please stop? I'm in church. Because she was feeling, all right, it was funny when she said it. What makes you unique? I have a very unique background. My mom belly danced at my high school graduation party. That was a real treat. She bought us a keg, comes down the steps with finger cymbals and veils. I have a treat for you and your friends. My friends are around the keg going, whoa, your old lady looks good. My dad became a cult leader, running mule rides in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. It's unique. Next time you see me, if we're hanging out, you're going to tell me more about the mules. This is what happens when you give somebody something unique. I went to a party recently, and I brought this up. I used just the U in laughter. I used unique. And I didn't want to be at the party. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know anybody. I went to one corner of the party, and I started talking about unique. He starts to talk about what makes him unique. He has two famous uncles. I go, wow, that's really interesting. I'm talking about... It started a whole thing where everybody started coming to our end of the table and talking about what made them unique. Anybody want to share a unique thing? How about unique that you would actually share in front of 200 people? There you go, right there. What do you got? You're from Australia. See how I went from Australia. And everybody goes, are you down under? And they all do a stupid accent, right? Did the people try to do the accent with you? And they fail every time. They go, shrimps on the barbie. You go, nuts. Everybody thinks you're like, Hogan, with the big knife. That's a knife. But yeah, you're from Australia. So a lot of people will always remember that about you. They're going to say, hey, boomerang, or whatever the hell whatever they say. They're going to remember you from being Australia. Anybody else? Come on, give me something unique. What do you got there? You're from Philly, Eagles season ticket holder. I'm talking. I hear the accent there, bro. Do you order water? Water ice. We have the worst accent ever. By the way, the rest of the country does not pronounce this word like we do. Tournament. How do you all say tournament? Tournament. That's how they say tournament. We say it right. It's tournament. Springsteen doesn't go on tour. He goes on tour. Nament. Come on, dudes, we're going on tour. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're right on this one, Philly. You talk about accent differences. I was in Texas in a golf tournament. It was a beautiful golf course. I was with a guy from Texas. I go, I lost my little pencil. He goes, that's all right. I got a pen in my bag. I go, pen? What do you do? Scratch our scores and fill in the ink later? He goes, no, man, I got an ink pen. I said, oh, you mean a pen? He laughed too. He tries to imitate me. He goes, no, man, it's not a pen. It's a pen. I said, how do you say the woman's name? P-E-G. What do you call her? Pig? He goes, that depends what she looks like. That's a true story. You still live in Philly now? Are you down here? Oh, actually, everybody's down here now, right? Okay, Philly. I love Philly. They all make fun of me because I live in the suburbs now, driving a minivan. Oh my God, my life is over. There is good news about a minivan though, folks. You never get pulled over in a minivan. You could be doing Mach 5, wheelies, donuts. You could have a hooker strapped to your hood smoking crack. The cops will go, let him go. He suffered enough, for God's sakes. Guy's driving a Dodge Caravan. What can we do to him he hasn't done to himself already? I'll tell you what else is unique about me. I think it's unique. I go to Costco. I love Costco. I live at Costco. Anybody else? You guys go to Costco? I love Costco. They have everything. Where else are you going to get a slab of meat, patio furniture, engagement ring in one shot? That's shopping. But I eat there. I actually have meals at Costco. The French food, the samplés. Anybody eat the Costco samples? Who's with me on the free food trip? There's my people. There's my people. One by one, we're coming around. It's free food. That's Costco dim sum as far as I'm concerned. people eat the samples. You ever have a conversation with the server? You act like you want to know where the food's located in the store just to make them feel better about their job. Wow, that was fabulous ravioli. Where do I find that? Oh, frozen food. I'm going to go get some. Yeah, right. I had a pound for free. I ain't buying that shit. Paying for that Kirkland gut bomb in a bag. Oh, my God. So what makes you unique? Anybody else have something unique they want to share? Just share with it. Share with it. There we go. Somebody in the back. Hi there. You represented United Kingdom in what? At Epcot, you represented United Kingdom? What does that mean? You just walked around the United Kingdom? Hello? Hello, I'm from England and you're not. What do you mean you represented? What does that mean? But I mean, when you represented, did you tell them about England? And I love that. It's fantastic. So we got Australia, England, Philly. How good are you feeling right now? Yeah, I'm from Philly. I'm sorry I even went. Anybody else, something unique about you? Share. And by the way, I want to tell you something. Just notice this. Just be aware of your vibration, your frequency. Everybody's going to remember that about you. So now when you're walking around here, people are going to, remind you from Philly and Australia and England. That's what people. I have a guy in my class. He scuba dives with sharks, and he talked about the shark rubbing up against his mask. I mean, you're not in a cage. He goes, no, I swim with them. Nobody's going to ever forget him for doing that. No one's ever going to forget. Every time he's in our group now, we think about him with the sharks. What makes you unique? Anybody else? Yes, back there. You're from South Africa. I've never done this before where everybody just says where they're from that's not here. That's South Africa. What part of South Africa? Cape Town. And do you live here now? Okay, well, welcome, all of you. I feel like it's the United Nations over here. I feel so bad. We're from Philly. Who the hell cares? Anybody else unique? Something unique? Yes. You're from Philly. I know that. Yes. You met your husband scuba diving. Wow, I don't know what your first line was. That was it. That's I wish I had that pickup line. That's a good line. You just go scuba dive and. See, you met him, where were you scuba diving? West Palm, okay. And you literally met under the water? You went on the boat first. And you went down, you do a little flirting down there? He was your buddy. And that was a great way to meet. And so you met your husband like that. See? How about unique ways that you met somebody? Unique things, do you speak another language? Just write it down, what makes you unique, okay? Think about that. Write all these things down, and that will help you. Yes, Beth. Oh, we have one more? Who do we have? Yes. I can hear you. Everybody repeat after her. Let's all do it. We have no idea what you just said. Another person from another country. Is anybody from America? That would be unique at this point. Who's here from America? That's something else unique about you. I just want to hear something really unique where you're just going to stand out. And yes, sir. So you are an attorney, and you handled the first AIDS and unemployment case, and did you? And did you win? Good for you. There you go. How about a round of applause for you for winning that case? That's very unique. I don't know how unique it is. I did the same thing. I'm just kidding. Anybody else? Unique over here. Dave Coulier, who beat me out for the part in Full House, thank you. Dave Coulier was your high school, and he used to do impressions. He was doing Bullwinkle and, hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Dave Coulier, so you went to school with Dave Coulier, that's interesting. Anybody else go to school or know a celebrity? How about that? Somebody, yes, sir. You have President, which Bush, the first or the second? The second one, you have a picture with him and one with Donald Trump. Okay. No Bill Clinton for you or anything? So you have a picture with, here you go. What's the circumstances, how you met them? How'd you do the picture? A stalker? Oh, okay. So private homes. See, that makes you unique. How unique is that? You have security clearance? All right, I'm going to hang with you. They cut me off. Anybody else? Something unique. Okay. Here's one. G for gratitude. Write down what you're grateful for. It centers you. It puts you in a great space. I am so tired of the entitled people in the world. We're entitled. Everybody wants to be entitled as well. What they deserve, what people think they deserve. It comes from like watching the Kardashians, or watching shows like that, The Bachelor. It's like, oh, I deserve this. I think they should have a real show like Swamp Bachelor. Who's your crawdaddy? I'd like to see something that is real. These reality shows aren't real, but people are trying to be seen, and it's seen in a different way. And what's happening is we're so self-obsessed without being in gratitude. It's our minds are bombarded. So now we're so confused, we're not taking anything in. My hard drive space is filled. I don't know about you, because stupid crap has to go in there and valuable stuff has to leave to replace it. Here's a custom lately. My name is Cade. I'll be your waiter. Do I have to memorize your name? You just replaced my social security number. Don't tell me the specials. I'll lose my Gmail password. What's with the Gmail password and the arguments over the strong password? That annoys me. So write down what makes you grateful, okay? Anybody want to give one, what makes you grateful? No, not a bunch of spoiled asses. Come on, what makes you grateful? Yes, you can't go again. I'm glad you go again. You went to school with a comedian. You know how to laugh already. You know how to bring joy. Go ahead, what is it? What did you learn young? Gratitude and joy and happiness. Yes. What is it? Family, friends, and your team is here? Oh, hello. Well, get them to start smiling. Are you having a good time? They're having a ball? You should notify your face. He's a good leader. You follow him. That's a guy that loves laughter and loves joy. He's grateful to you as well, okay? So express the gratitude back and watch the energy is exchanged. By the way, every one of them, when you said that, all smiled. Did you watch that? Every one of them smiled. You try it. Turn to somebody you're with right now and say, I'm grateful to you. Why not say, look at that. They're saying it back there. They're saying it over there. They do that in churches and synagogues. They go, hey, nice to see you. Peace be with you and all that. This is an exchange of energy that you're giving people. You don't want to give them a stale energy, a stagnant energy, an energy. I call it genuine energy flow. It's genuinely who you are, who you're born with is love, light, and levity. That's how you're born. All the rest is conditioning and programming. Here's a way to get out of that programming. Next is H. That's humility. You list all your rumbles, stumbles, fumbles, crumbles, and tumbles. It's great when you fail. My failure is there for your pleasure. I've had so many failures in my life. One time I was going for a family walk, right? And my wife and kids are down in the street waiting for me. I decide I'm going to surprise them. I'm going to rollerblade past them. You're laughing already. That's called premature ejaculation. Hang on. I'm not a rollerblader, but somebody bought me all this stuff. I'm in the garage. I got rollerblades, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards. Looking good that day, my new Nautica sweat outfit from Costco. I got the pads on the outside, I got the helmet, and the left one's rusted shut. I'm going in a circle. We're going rollerblading. So picture this, I come wobbling out of the garage. We have a big hill driveway. I'm at the top of this hill. I look like a ski jumper from a country with no snow. Like, up next, Juan from Ecuador. Oh, that's a big heel. And they're down there looking at me. My wife goes, what are you doing? Even my son goes, don't do it, Dad. You look like Napoleon Dynamite. I'm up there. You guys start walking. I'm going to roll right past you. Every idea not match what you're capable of. I came down this hill. It's like they put a rocket on me, like I'm the coyote from the Roadrunner. Get out of the way! I don't know how to stop. Boom, I rammed into the wall. On my way down to brace myself, I grabbed the rose bushes. I'm on the ground. I got thorns. I'm bleeding. She comes over to help me. Wife, she's trying not to laugh. You know that, ladies? You know that feeling? She's shaking, holding it in. She's shaking like Katharine Hepburn in a windstorm. Are you okay? I think you broke your nose. You better put some ice on it. It's gonna swell. I can't breathe. Your father ran into the rose bushes wearing a Costco sweatsuit and a hockey helmet. I just peed my pants. She full on wet herself through the jeans. Humility. I told you a funny, humbling story about falling down. America's Home Videos lasted how many years? It's always because a guy gets hit in the nuts every week. Ha, 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 give him 10 grand. Failure is a superpower. Vulnerability is a superpower. Lean into it. Have fun in your life. Tell people your failures. When you rumbled, stumbled, fumbled, crumbled, failed at something. I remember one time this guy was giving me a tour. He married this famous person, right? He's giving me a tour of his place. He's going, oh, look what I have. I remember standing there going, man, is anybody having a good time right now? This guy's bragging about stuff that he didn't earn, and I'm sitting there resenting everything. He shows me a Picasso. I'm thinking, this guy doesn't know Picasso. I thought, you know what would be funnier? How I would love him if he said, it's a fake. I bought a fake Picasso. Then I go, hey, man, that's awesome. I feel much better about hanging with him if he bought a fake one and he made that mistake and he had a failure there. Anybody want to talk about a failure, some fall that you took? We all broke bones in our lives. We all had some failure or we just messed up. Or anybody want to share one of those? Probably not. Yes. You started a nonprofit. What was the nonprofit you started? Military movement. So you had good intentions and you just couldn't find the right money, right? And do you feel like a failure because of it? No, of course not. And you feel great that you share it with people. Yes, I had. How are you supposed to learn if you don't have failures? If you watch baseball, the best Hall of Famers only succeed 30% of the time. The rest of the time, they're striking out and failing. I told my friend, he played major leagues, and I said, he would get all upset when he struck out. He'd yell at the umpire. They always yell at the umpires. They're screaming at the umpire, blaming the umpires. I said, why don't you, next time you strike out, why don't you bow and say, thank you for the opportunity for my growth? And he did it one time. He made me laugh. And, he ended up playing in the major leagues for a few years. That's what happens if you just become one. We're all one on this planet. Be one with people and talk about your failures. Anybody else want to talk about some failure, you had an idea, you make this happen, or a failed dating? I got that one down. With the divorces, I'm trying, I learned a lot of lessons. It's a woman's world, by the way. I just want to give you that tip right now. Make it about the women. My former wife, she moved into my bachelor house. She decorated with feng shui. You know what feng shui is? It's an ancient Chinese word, which apparently means put your husband's shit in the garage. So, by the way, the vows. They call those vows till death do you part. You realize they wrote those vows a very, very long time ago when a man's life expectancy was 38. They should update those vows. Should be something that you promise to honor, cherish, and obey until you don't feel so good. And everything is about you, ladies, how you decorate the house, what we laugh at, what holidays are about you, ladies, right? Come on, let's be honest. Look at the commercials. Buy her love. Get her a diamond, a girl's best friend. What do the commercials say? Women get us, fellas. A goofy gadget where you can shower and shave at the same time. And man, we're programmed to love it. Well, this is great. Shower and shave at the same time. Get to work early. Earn more money. Buy more diamonds. It's a scam, and I'm onto it. How about the slogans? Diamonds are forever. So is bad credit. So what makes you humble? Come on, somebody give me another rumble, stumble, fumble, crumble, tumble. Anybody? Come on. Somebody failed? Yes. Senior prom, went to an all-girl high school. The 8th guy you asked finally went with you? We're from the same hometown. Should have came my way. I went to your Harvest. It was called the Harvest Ball. I actually happened to be there at the. I was not your date. I asked 14 girls. I should have gone to you. 14. I finally went with one. This is a true story. I was on Cindy Crawford. She had me on her talk show. And she goes, oh, the Love Master, you must have had a lot of girls. And I go, no, Cindy, I actually asked 14 girls. And the girl who finally went with me, Linda Scott, she made out with Ricky Altomare in the corner during the prom that I took her to spend all that money. And I looked into the camera, I go, well, Linda, I'm here with Cindy Crawford. Eat your heart out. Well, guess what happened there? She happened to be watching, and so was Ricky Altomare's wife. She goes, he always was a creep, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Took my prom date away from me. There's another failure. By the way, a few of you smiled at my failure. A few of you smile, you laugh because you acknowledge it. It's something you felt or you never want to feel again. That's what comedy is. That's what laughter is. You have an empathic response. So bring more of that. Bring more of that energy. Next is ego. What about ego, how much it really plays a part in not succeeding in life? It's your ego. It's like what it's going to look like. I've had so many of those. What it's going to look like. I want to boast and have people think that I'm the man. But it always gets taken down by the way. When your ego leads the way, eventually it all gets taken down. Oh, I forgot the T, by the way. See, there's a failure. She's raising her hand. You were going to correct me. I know. You're a female. I expect that. I've been corrected my whole life. T is for truth. I'm glad. T is for truth. Write down something that you have not told the truth about. It could be a little lie, small lie, big lie. And by the way, truth does set you free. When you finally set it free, I went away to college. I figured, I'm away at college. I'm 300 miles away from home. I can start lying. So I told everybody I was a black belt in karate. I took 4 lessons and I had a little gold stripe, but I told them I'm a black belt. And I told, so they would be intimidated by me. And I told them, these are certified lethal weapons. So I can't hit you or I'd be arrested. This is what I told them to get out of fights. Meanwhile, I'm built like Barney Fife from Mayberry. All right, back it up there. I got these certified lethal weapons. Look out! Nobody knows Barney Fife. Okay. Come on, you know Barney Fife, don't you? Actually, a really cool thing happened. He was in this movie, Pleasantville. Have you ever seen Pleasantville? I got a call, and they said, come on in here. He's too sick. He can't do his part. So if you watch the movie, I had to loop him in the movie. So like 3/4 of the movie is my voice doing him as an older person. He like circles the apple in a telestrator. And he goes, boom, what do you call that right there, bud? The forbidden fruit here in Pleasantville. I'm your TV repairman. Anyway. That's it. I love Don Knotts. I did comic relief. Again, all these dreams manifested for me. I've had so many dreams. I told you about Paul Lynde. I wanted to be my father. I also thought we would be the first father and son team on the Hollywood Squares. Like people go, I'd like Craig and Paul Lynde for the win, please. Take it, son. It's a sports question. But I ended up on Hollywood Squares, 75 episodes. Don Knotts, I get to hang out, and I did a show with him, a comic relief, and they pose us next to each other. And I'm doing the old Barney, nip it in the bud, Andy. He's older. He goes, I can't do that anymore. You do me better than me. What happened in my life is I turned things around. When I told those jokes in 4th grade, that teacher tried to stop me. And people will try to stop you from having fun. The next day, she took me and she locked me in a closet and she tied my hands behind my back for the entire day with blue yarn. She said, sit on that box and you think about you and your big mouth. And that's the thing is people try to squash us. They take us down. They say, don't speak up. Don't share your truth. Share your truth. I shared my truth that day and got punished for it. You won't be punished for it. We're adults now. Let it out. And something really crazy happened last year, actually. I was speaking at a church. And the pastor there, he said, I always wanted to meet you. And I said, oh, thank you. And he took me back and he says to his daughter, he goes, back in his office, this is Craig Shoemaker. She goes, is it really him, Daddy? I thought it was really odd. And he goes up and he did a speech and he said, he was studying to be a minister years ago, 28 years ago. And he had a Christian fiance and she was pregnant and a Christian who was teaching him, his mentor, and his best friend had 3 kids and a wife. And he says, and she got pregnant and he took her to his parents. He said, and they said, you get out of here. Get out of, we disown you unless you abort that child. He says, that's against my religion. He said, I don't care. You get out. You're not our son anymore. And he leaves. She takes her ring, the fiance who's pregnant. She puts it on the dashboard. She goes, I can't marry you because this is not your child. It's his best friend's child. Now you talk about total betrayal. His parents got rid of him, disowned him. His fiance, turns out she was cheating on him. And his best friend, mentor in Christianity, betrayed him. So he was going to commit suicide. And in 4th grade, in that closet, I remember saying to myself, you keep going. Do not let somebody stop you from being funny and having fun in your life. Do not let anybody. There was a voice inside, an ethereal divine voice that spoke to me. I ask you to find your divine voice as well. Something told me there's nobody ever encouraged me to do comedy, do this. Nobody encouraged. There's no teacher. There's no guidance counselor. No parent says, be a comedian. You got to really mess up for that advice. So he gets up and he tells this story. He's suicidal. He says he's going to drive off this cliff to the left. He knows exactly where he's going to die. And a miracle occurred. He doesn't tell the people that day what the miracle was. And that night I went to Kenny Loggins' concert and listened to, he's literally doing a song called Peace of Mind. And I got a text from this minister. I just met him. He goes, the reason I drive off the cliff is someone had just handed me a CD of a comedian named Craig Shoemaker. He goes, you saved my life and I'm with you forever. He's my best friend today. He replaced Michael Goldberg, who died. This is my best friend. I love this man. And we debate because I'm not, necessarily his religion. And we go on walks and he brings that to the pulpit. And he talks about these things that we have difficulties with or differences. But we celebrate the differences. We have fun together. We laugh. He shows up with this, I do foul language in my act. He brings his family because they all get over it. They get over this language we've been taught not to say certain language. What's that about? If I call you a fnufna, in my language, that might be horrible, but it means nothing to you, does it? But if I use the F word, because we're conditioned, we're programmed to think these things. So if we lighten up, loosen up, tell the truth. The truth is, I did not have a black belt in karate, and I got my ass kicked because I lied. It's always going to come back. You're going to get your ass kicked if you lie. I guarantee no one's going to raise their hand on this, but we'll give it a shot. Anybody want to talk about a truth that you might have told, a white lie you might have told people before? I have a guy in my class, he says he told a lie for attention. He was born on a Tuesday, but he's October 13th is his birthday. He lied to everyone and said he was born on Friday the 13th. It was his little lie that he told for attention. We all have these little lies we tell. And the truth sets you free. Anybody want to set free? Come on, give us a lie. I knew you wouldn't do that one. Come on, somebody tell the truth. All right, here's what we're going to do. I want 3 volunteers to come up here, and everybody's going to be in support, and we're going to talk about the difficulties that you wrote down in the beginning. We're going to write down what you wrote down. Give me 3 volunteers. We're going to do guided laughitation, chuckle chatter. Come on, somebody come up here. Come on. Don't make me pick you. Come on, somebody come on up here. All right, we got one. Here we go. I knew you would come up. Give him a hand. Give him a hand for coming up. Actually, give him a ha, ha, ha. Ha, 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 ha. Stand here. I'll be right down. Come on. Who else? Come on. Should I go for somebody that has thank you. Oh, you'll pick them. I love that. All right. So, go ahead. Pick.
No, I was kidding.
No, you're not.
Kidding.
Now, pick somebody who wants to, should we pick somebody that looks like they need it or somebody that's willing to volunteer and be a part of it?
Probably someone willing to volunteer.
Okay, she has a nice energy right there. What, you right there, dark hair? Yes, come on up here. Don't act like you're going to a firing squad. But it's fun and funny, okay? This is about having fun. Who else? Who else? You should see the looks I'm getting. People are looking away. It looks like Southwest Airlines when you get on the plane and you don't want someone sitting next to you. People are going like that. What's that?
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. All right. Come on. You can laugh about your very ordinary name. Come on, I gotta laugh.
I don't know Joe well, but I will tell you that he has an incredible presence that on social media and other things, and just has a lot of good messages throughout. So.
Okay. Joe, thank you for coming up here with no problem whatsoever. All right, thank you. All right. I'll give you a handshake. I'll bow to you for being up here. Oh, he just raised his hand right there. He said, no, I didn't. I was combing my hair. Yeah, who else? Who else? Come on, somebody come on up here. Come on. Don't make me pick you. Come on. Somebody come up here. You right here. You're going to come. Come on up here. Yes, you. Yep. You're very young looking too. What year are you born? 93. Holy shit. I had breath mints that old. Here, come on up here. Look like you were at Chuck E. Cheese last week. Now, I'll shake your hand. Sally, thank you for coming up here. I know you didn't want to be here. Okay. All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. And we're all going to be in support. If you're not up here, then you're going to support them. And here's how you support them. You're going to laugh along with them, okay? We're going to go right along the line. I thought she was walking away. I'm out of here. We're gonna laugh along with them. Remember how we did it in the beginning? We had breathe through our nose. And think to yourself about your obstacles that you wrote down in the beginning. Think of the things that you can release because you get to the meaninglessness. I went to a golf tournament, right? I suck at golf. I got a trophy for closest to the car. I made the finals, everybody, of our country club. And you know how I won? On the way there, I did one of these. I said out loud all these things that bothered me about my athletic career, about all the shame that I had. I let it out. I won the championship of the country club because I let it go. And all these guys are tight and uptight, trying to drive it further than me. They put it in the water. I'm just calmly putting it in the middle because I didn't care. You get to the meaninglessness of life, okay? So here we go. We're gonna go right along the road. Everybody, we're gonna start laughing. Here, breathe through your nose and start laughing. Ready? Yeah, that's it. Good, fetus, you're doing great. Here we keep going. Fill the room with laughter. Come on, you.